And once again, we welcome you back to Eastern Illinois University. We had to shut everything down. Everything was real glitchy, so thanks for bearing with us. And we did kind of get you back here in time to get this thing going. Collinsville will kick off first. And I'm trying to get this back up on my phone as well. Da-da-da-da. Chris Keller's here. What's up, Chris Keller?
Hello, we are here in Charleston, beautiful Eastern Illinois University. Andrew Chai will kick off for the Cahoks. Directs this one to the sideline. It goes through a Mattoon player's hands and out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yeah.
Not going to be a kickoff out of bounds as it went through his hands. Mattoon should start here around the 29.
All right. Well, once again, we apologize for technical difficulties. It seems like every single game I do anymore is just fraught with technical difficulties. So we're here. We're on. Nothing's glitching. So I don't have any wood to knock on. So I'll knock on Kettler's head. All right. Here we go. Jackson Spurgeon is the quarterback for the Green Wave. And Spurgeon on the year, 47 carries and 92 yards on the ground. Through the air, he is 38 for 83 with 623 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he is in shotgun, 3 wide receivers on the right-hand side, 1 on the near side, and he's back to pass on the first play of the game. And he connects for about a 2-yard gain across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And that's how we get this one underway.
Andre Kroom starting out there on defense today, and he gets that stop right away, limiting the Green Wave to about 3 yards.
Yeah, Andre Kroom out there in the defensive secondary. He's taken the place of Jerry Richardson because Jerry Richardson moves up into the linebacker core for this week. And it is 2nd down and 7 after a pickup of 3. And once again, Spurgeon is in shotgun. He'll hand the ball off to his feature back, and up to about the 35-yard line is where he finally bounced down.
He's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage real nicely by the Cahoks there, but then just falls forward and picks up that whole 3 yards on falling down.
Terry Grave, 39 carries, 215 yards, and a touchdown on the year. That is their running back. And he is a junior, 6'2", 185 pounds. This time trips over to the left-hand side of the formation. Green Wave, of course, the home team. They're dressed in their green uniforms with the white helmets, and a pass again for Spurgeon. He's chased out of the pocket, rolls out to his left, steps up, and then runs into about 3 or 4 K-Hawks, and backwards he goes. And they're going to give him a spot up to about the 36-yard line, so that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3 to go for the first down here.
Spurgeon looked to pass it, had nobody to pass it to, but then he had all kinds of time to try to make something happen. Got swallowed up when he tried to go to the right side.
Yeah, it looks like punt formation here for the Green Wave. So Collinsville trying to hold Mattoon to a 3-and-out on their first possession as Jerry Richardson stands deep. Here's the punt. It's high, and it's end over end. It's going to go over Richardson's head. He catches it over the shoulder, starts at the 20, gets across the 30, cuts to his right, still on the move, trying to get rid of another tackler until he runs into one of his own players, but it wouldn't have mattered. That tackler was going to bring him down anyway, but Jerry Richardson does a pretty good job getting his team back up to the 32-yard line, and the K-Hawks will start 1st and 10 from there.
Did a good job staying elusive. Kroom was trying to square up his guy to get the
bring it up a little bit.
Tackle, and then pretty much ran into Richardson himself.
So that brings out Colby Anderson and company. Anderson on the year, 35 of 62, 659 yards through the air, 9 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He has split wide receivers on either side of the formation, and Richardson is his lone setback. And the immediate throw to Pinnell, and that's incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Threw it a little bit behind Darren.
Yeah, Pinnell was ready to go upfield, and the ball was behind him.
Richardson on the year, 69 carries, 546 yards, 4 touchdowns. And as I mentioned in the pregame interview, 7.9 yards per carry for Jerry Richardson on the year. Second down and 10 for the K-Hawks. Ball on their own 32-yard line. In shotgun, Anderson. He'll hand the ball off to Richardson. Richardson follows a blocker up the middle, and then he'll meet some resistance, stay on his feet, gets knocked back a little more, a gain of 2 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 situation here for Collinsville.
One-on-one, Richardson was holding his own there, trying to beat his guy, but then 2 Green Wave players came in there and finished him off.
Colby Anderson on the year in the running department. 42 times he has carried for 171 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He and Richardson are the only ones that have scored rushing touchdowns, except for I think Christensen got a 1-yarder as well. Again, split wide receivers, and Anderson in shotgun, looking to throw, back in the pocket, down the middle, and he just throws it right past Travion Swaggart. And Swaggart was wide open there right at the end of that play, and if he could have caught it, he would have been off to the races for a few yards. And Collinsville has been held to a 3-and-out in their first possession.
Collinsville offense has been red hot, especially early in some of these games here now. Surprising here for a 3-and-out here to start this game.
Kahawks bring out Ryan McIntyre to punt.
Is this a new long snapper written in here?
Yes, we do have a new long snapper. That would be
Habermehl.
Devin Habermehl, a freshman, will be the new long snapper. Another addition to the roster I'll tell you about here in just a second. Here's the snap and the kick. It's high, but not very deep. And they're telling everybody to stay away from it. Takes a bad bounce for the Kahawks and down at midfield. So Mattoon will have a nice starting field position on their second possession, right at their own 48-yard line. We have 8:56 left to play here in the first quarter. No score so far between Collinsville and Mattoon. Gavin Klein, another running back for the Green Wave. Last couple of games, 11 carries for 47 yards. Detrius White is their featured wide receiver. And last week versus Effingham, he had 7 catches for 144 yards. And somehow or another, Mattoon won that game last week at Effingham, 20-16. And I know that one of the reasons is because Mattoon forced 6 Effingham turnovers. There's a handoff, and met immediately was Grace, excuse me, Tariq Grace. And no gain on the play, back to the line of scrimmage. Last week, 6 turnovers that the defense forced for Mattoon in that game. But Effingham still gained 189 yards rushing and 274 through the air, excuse me, and still lost. So, Spurgeon in shotgun once again. This time he's flanked. He's got running backs on both sides. High snap. Pass over here to the near side. Plenty of cushion given by the defensive back. And that was Darren Pennell, but Pennell closed quickly. Gain of about 6 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 to go for a first.
Darius White making the catch for Mattoon. One-on-one with Pennell. Pennell kept White in front of him, finished him off the tackle.
Numbers are hard to see, aren't they?
Yes.
Those gold numbers are just shining in the light on those dark green jerseys. Number 1 is Jackson Spurgeon. He's a senior, 6 foot, 195-pound quarterback. As he faces another 3rd down situation for his team. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, split backs in the backfield. Another high snap. Spurgeon back to pass, throws deep down the field, and he overthrows everyone. So another 4th down here for Mattoon, and we'll see if they're going to punt. Looks like they will.
Overthrew his man by about a good 15 yards. Ryan McIntyre was stride for stride with the Mattoon player. Would have been tough to bring that one in.
Kobe Cardwell is their punter. He is a senior, 5'9", 185 pounds, listed as a running back and defensive back on the roster. They don't have a kicker listed on the roster, so he's taking care of the kicking duties, and Jerry Richardson stands back at his own 20. So 2 3-and-outs by the defense for Collinsville, and the Kahawks will get another shot. This one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That's a nice kick.
Yep, angled that one perfectly right out at the 4. Kahawks are going to have to go 96 yards.
They are. Right now, we just need them to go 10. Either team can get a first down on their first drives. Mattoon has had 2 drives. Collinsville 1. 7:31 left on the clock here in this opening quarter, and no score between these 2 teams. Defense just giving up 6.75 points per game. 568 total yards gained by their first 4 opponents. You break that down, that's only 142 yards of offense given up by this defense per game. If keep on doing that, you're going to win some games. All right, back to action. Trips on the right side of the formation in the end zone. A handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson goes up the middle and gets minimal yardage, but a little bit more room, and that'll keep Colby Anderson from standing in his own end zone there on the next snap. But a gain of about 3 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Well, you think that Kahok defense has been way more stout than that. Beverly East only got their touchdown in the final minute. Triad got theirs set up late or deep in their own end there, and then Charleston only got 2 in mop-up time after the result was pretty much given.
Kahawks have triple wide receivers on this side of the field this time. Jeremiah Mosby is the lone wide receiver on the far side. Here's a snap. Anderson's going to keep it, and he's going to pitch it at the last moment. Richardson's got some room. Has one tackler to get around. He does. Spin move, and a 1st down for Collinsville. Needed 7, got 8.
Yeah, after Anderson pitched it out there, Jerry Richardson had a big hole there, but Kahok's going to get called for holding on this.
Yeah.
Flag around the 10-yard line.
Hard to see the flags, too. This field's kind of bright.
Got Division I lights.
Got a lot of room, too, man. A lot of room from the press box down to the football field because you have a whole host of bleachers, and then you have the track, and then you have the field. So this is farthest away from the football field I think we'll be all year. Got a little spoiled, though, because we got an elevator to take us up to the press box. How about that? Living life large, man. 2nd down and 9 after the penalty against Collinsville. So we'll have to do it all over again. Just a loss of a couple of yards on the play, technically. And Anderson, he's going to keep it this time instead of pitching it. He's got a little bit of room, gets tugged from behind. Somebody's got his shirt, and Anderson drags that person forward for about 7, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 on the, or excuse me, 3rd down and 2 on the play.
Got through that hole pretty clean, surprisingly, but then just one Mattoon player grabbing onto his shirt, latched on, and be 3rd and 1 for the Kahawks. Maybe 2.
Long 2, about 2.5. Need to pick up a 1st down from here, because you know you're not going to go for it on 4th this deep. 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation once again. Richardson the lone setback, and the handoff goes to Richardson. He switches directions, has a 1st down, and a little bit more, up to the 30, down to the 35-yard line. He's brought down, and no flags on the play.
No, there is a flag
on
the near side,
Man.
But that's away from the play. Richardson could have had the 1st down when he went around that right side, but he found a bigger hole. I'm not sure what this flag on the near side is going to be. It could be just sidelines on Mattoon.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, sideline
warning, so that's good. And, the flag was upfield, so Richardson had already picked up the 1st down when the flag was thrown, so chances are that the 1st down would have counted anyway, depending on what the call was. But it's just a warning, and Coach Johnson making sure he's getting everybody back. So a fresh set of downs for Collinsville. They pick up the first down of the game, and they have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 35. Travion Swaggart, Darren Pinnell. They line up on the near side as wide receivers. Here's the snap, and Anderson goes to throw, and he has Pinnell, and did he hold on to it? He bobbled it for a moment, and they're going to say, yeah, he did catch that. He hung on to it, an 11-yard catch, and Collinsville picks up another 1st down. Boy, oh boy. Give Pinnell a lot of credit there for holding on to that ball after he got hit while he was bobbling it.
Yeah, he had to jump up for it a little high. Got hit as he was after he had left his feet. Still bobbling as he was sitting down to the ground, and made the catch and got the 1st down.
Man, oh man. Good job, Darren Pinnell. 3 wide receivers come out to this side. Jerry Richardson's one of them. Isaiah Norton is the lone setback, and Colby Anderson is faking to him. He goes down the sidelines and a little bit too far, as that was intended for Jeremiah Mosby. He was the lone wide receiver on the far side of the field, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Had overthrown Mosby just a bit, and Mosby almost ended up like a DB trying to knock that away from the defender of Mattoon.
So 2nd down and 10 here for Collinsville. No score. We have 5:13 left to play here in this 1st quarter. Collinsville trying to move into Mattoon's territory. Anderson in shotgun once again. Here comes a man in motion. And the handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson cuts it up to the left and takes some tacklers with him and picks up a good 8 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2 to go for a 1st. About 2.5. We'll call it a long 2.
Got the third down conversion before Richardson's big run. Cahoks have crossed over into Mattoon territory now.
First time either team has been into the other's territory, although Mattoon got close. Once again, Mosby lines up as the wide receiver on the far side. Triple threat wide receivers here on this near side. Handoff is going to go to Richardson, and he'll get about a yard, maybe a half a yard. That's about it. It's going to bring up a 4th down here for Collinsville. And they'll still need the 2 yards. And Anderson staying out there, looking like the Kahawks are going to go for it here on 4th down.
Not much of a gain there. Didn't work this time for the Kahawks. See what they got for 4th down.
Trevion Swaggart, 237 yards through the air on 10 catches and 4 touchdowns. He's the wide receiver here on the near side. Anderson barks and jumped offside. Mattoon will give Collinsville a 1st down. That's always a plan of attack, too, when you're only looking at a couple of yards.
Collinsville doesn't usually go too hard of a count there, and surprising Mattoon there with an extra count.
You can see the body language of Colby. He barked out so hard that he moved the whole body. So another set of downs here for Collinsville. Now the ball will rest on the Greenway 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Kahawks. Back to wide receivers both sides. And we're going to try the far side. That's a completed pass. And a nice job bringing it up by Collinsville's Ryan McIntyre.
Not usually one of your go-tos there for receivers, but calls his name on the first down there. Gains about 9.
So Swaggart and Pinnell came into this game with 10 catches each. Swaggart 237 yards. Pinnell 151. Both of them had 4 touchdowns apiece.
Really open up the playbook here on this 2nd and very short.
Mosby and McIntyre on the far side. Pinnell and Swaggart over here on the near side, with Pinnell playing the slot receiver. He goes into motion. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Richardson. Richardson goes up the middle, has some room. He's down to the 20, and Collinsville has the ball 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Send Pinnell in motion. Mattoon sells out another guy swinging that way, and you just bring the running back to the right side, and he ends up with a hole.
A little bit of an angle change for you. All right, 1st and 10 here for Collinsville. Ball on the Green Wave 18-yard line. Kahawks trying to score first. They have scored first in every one of their games so far this year. Took a while at Belleville East, but got on the boards first. Here's another handoff to Richardson. Tries the left-hand side. Has room. Makes a cut down to the 5-yard line. Another 1st down for the Kahawks, and this time it'll be 1st and goal.
Took a while against try it, too, to get that field goal just before the first half. Kahawks are set up now, 1st and goal about the 4.
1st and goal from the 4.
Jerry Richardson with a great running game last week against Charleston.
He's got a couple of passes on the year, too, as Richardson. He has 546 rushing yards coming into this game and 119 receiving yards, good for 665 all-purpose yards. 1st and goal for Collinsville from the opponent 4. And another handoff to Richardson. He spins and gets a couple of yards. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 3, so a gain of 1 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Jerry wanted to bust that more to the outside. Had a man at home he had to spin away from, tucked it back in, and still got about 2.
They do set it down on the 2-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from there. Anderson comes from the sidelines to relay the play to the huddle. 20 seconds left on the play clock. We are down to 1 minute and 40 seconds left in this 1st quarter. Again, Mosby lines up on the far side. McIntyre in the slot over there. Here's the snap goes over Anderson's head, and he jumps on it. And it'll be Collinsville's ball, but all the way back to the 9-yard line. And that's going to hurt. Bring up 3rd down and goal from the 9.
Just glad you didn't turn it over there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Collinsville, take it, set this back up here, try to get this in on 3rd down, and if nothing else,
yeah, you can bring Chai in.
Bring Chai in for the field goal. But
Chai only has the 1 field goal on the year. 7 for 7 on extra points. And now we're going to do trips left with Pinnell in the slot. Swaggart, the lone wide receiver over here on the near side. Here's the snap. Anderson back to pass. Looks down the middle, throws down the middle, and that ball is dropped in the end zone. And actually, I think it might have been off a defender down at the 1 yard line. And Andrew Chai will come out to attempt a field goal, probably from about 25 yards out.
So we're going to set this up here about the 16
Yeah,
or
about
15.
the 16, so yeah, 25, 26 yards.
I don't know if the goalposts are less wide at the college level, if that's going to be a factor.
Well, there's not a wind to worry about right now, just a little bit of a breeze blowing into Chai's face, but not much. And
26.
Darren Pinnell, the holder. Here's the snap. Placement's down, kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. Chai misses wide left, and we remain scoreless.
Well, Collinsville drives down to the 5, but then gets it down to the 2, but the drive goes off the rails on the snap pass to Anderson, and they missed the field goal.
So that's going to give the ball back to the Green Wave with 46 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. They will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Yep.
Missed field goal brings you out to the 20.
Yeah, it's like a
touchback?
Like a touchback again.
Yeah, wow. I liked it better when the ball was on the 9. So here is Spurgeon and company once again. He has split backs. He takes a high snap. He throws immediately over here to this near side. What a nice move over there. And out of bounds is Darius White. And White gets close to midfield. That's the first down of this game for Mattoon.
Pinnell's got to seal off the sideline there, not cut inside. Know that some of the other defenders are on the inside, and they can take care of that.
Yeah, I think just giving it a little bit too much cushion over there, too.
Kroom's going to go off here late.
We have what do they call it, an injury timeout? So they have officials timeout. Or is it?
I thought it was just a timeout to get Kroom off the field, and now Colby Anderson comes in.
Oh, okay, so I guess.
All right, well, Anderson's going to come back in and play in the secondary as Kroom goes off. So that was one thing that Coach was playing different. He was only going to use Colby Anderson on offense tonight, but that changes that matter. 1st down and 10 for Mattoon. Here's a snap. Spurgeon back to pass again. Rolls out to his left. Looks, and throws the ball away as he was being hit. Collinsville had a couple of players in there. One of the first ones was
Stuber?
number 12.
By 22?
I don't have a number 12.
Yeah, who is our 12?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I got Mari Rogers on the team. He's a freshman wide receiver. He's been added to the varsity roster, but I did not see 12. I would usually like, wasn't that Bagwell's number?
That's the coaches here at the quarter.
There's another snap, and Spurgeon back to pass again. Throws, and he connects, and it'll be into Collinsville territory, but it'll be 3rd down and about 3 to go here for the Green Wave.
Stuber wrapping him up there, not giving him any yards after the catch, and let's get another 3rd down stop.
That's going to be the
We'll
last play of the first
quarter.
quarter, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, they don't have to run another play. 10 seconds on the game clock and 20 seconds on the play clock, so they'll let it run down, and that is going to be the end of 1 quarter of play. At the end of the first quarter, it is 0-0.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University, I am Todd Duke, Chris Keller on the other microphone, Zach Roseman on the camera. Glad that you're with us here for another Friday night of football, week number 5. No score after 1 quarter of play. Had a chance there, but a missed field goal by Andrew Chai keeps us scoreless. And yes, number 12 is Mr. Ethan Bagwell. I knew he was coming close to coming back, but
Nice to see him back out there. He's back out there on defense. Got that near stop and near sack, on the quarterback.
definitely some disruption there, and that kid can disrupt a lot of stuff. Pretty good baseball
Yeah,
pitcher,
can
too.
throw a baseball pretty good, too.
All right, we switch into the field. 3rd down and 3 to go, and the handoff goes up the middle, and that's going to be a first down on another carry by Grace.
All second effort there. He stopped at the line, just kept chugging through and gets the first down.
Another first down for the Green Wave, as now they threaten to score first into Collinsville territory. Ball on the Kahawks' 37-yard line. Another fresh set of downs as we're underway here in quarter number 2. No score yet between these two teams. Collinsville moved the ball down the field and missed a 26-yard field goal. Spurgeon under center this time. I formation behind him. Here's this handoff. It's a pitch back, goes to Grace, and Grace gets about a yard before he's brought down. He's lucky he got that.
Not often you see a quarterback go back and pitch it to a guy just coming up the middle, I formation.
Yeah, that's kind of weird when you're in an I formation to pitch it to somebody. Usually it's a handoff and you follow the guy that was in the first part of the I and let him lead you through. But
If you're going to pitch it, you pitch it trying to work it to the outside.
right.
Risky play just for a handoff up the middle.
Yeah, looks like we're going to go with the same thing. I formation again behind Spurgeon. Here's a snap and another pitch. This one's going to go out to the right-hand side. Collinsville trying to close down. They can't. It's going to be another first down. Big hit right over there on the sideline. And that was Damian Swaggart who put the licking on Grace. And that does move the chains. It's going to be another 1st and 10 here for Mattoon as they are in the red zone at the Kahok 19-yard line.
Moving the ball well with the run here is Mattoon.
Klein last week, he was the man in the front part of that I formation, 47 yards. Spurgeon, he gained 57 yards on the ground himself, the quarterback did last week against Effingham. Same formation, 2 wide receivers far, 1 near, and the snap. Back to passes Spurgeon. He has a man open, and that man up the near side sideline till he's pushed out of bounds, and that is Owen Hawkins, the sophomore, 5'10", 160-pounder. And Mattoon having their way with this defense for Collinsville all of a sudden.
Collinsville needs to find a way to adjust. Mattoon going to start throwing to the outside or going with this power formation here up the middle. Not sure where to place their guys just yet, if they want to be trying to block more up the middle here or don't sell out on the receivers.
2nd down and short. Here's another pitch back, and this one's going to go to Grace. He skirts the line of scrimmage, turns up the left-hand side, and Swaggart saves the day once again. Damian Swaggart takes him out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. That's good for a 1st down, and it'll be 1st and goal from the Kahok 5-yard line for Mattoon.
The formation that's working for Mattoon.
Sorry, we got a little bit of glare on the window. There are no windows up here that you can open. So with the lights on up here, there's a little glare on the window with the camera. So we apologize for that. That's 1st down and goal from the 5 for Mattoon. Split backs on either side of Spurgeon. Oh, the snap goes way over his head. He falls down on it all the way back to the 27-yard line. And just like Collinsville did when they were inside the 5-yard line, Mattoon does the same thing with a snap over the head of the quarterback.
But even worse for Mattoon, they lose over 20 yards on that deal. Collins' ball just knocked him back about 6 yards, but it did ruin the whole drive here. Now, 2nd and goal from the 26.
2nd and goal from the 26-yard line. Spurgeon back to pass. He looks, now he steps up and he runs, and he almost trips over somebody. He's got some room, and then a nice shoestring tackle at the last moment by Jerry Richardson. Saved Spurgeon from getting any more yardage, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line.
Well, they made it manageable here. Got more than half yards. See if Mattoon is looking straight for the touchdown right here, or if they want to try to get this in two and don't have a kicker.
Split backs once again on either side of Spurgeon. 2 receivers on the near, 1 on the far. And another high snap, but this one he pulls down, looking to pass, pressured from behind, and he gets out of it, rolls out to his right, not going to get there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and goal for Mattoon from the Collinsville 8-yard line, and we'll see how they want to play it.
Still turned into a positive play for Mattoon.
Yeah, it did, but I guarantee you if they would have had a couple of those plays from the 5-yard line, there would already be points on the board.
You told them 2 plays ago when it was 2nd and goal in the 26, they'd be down here for 4th and goal in the 7, said we'll take it.
They must not have a kicker because they're going for it. And from here, it would probably be 25-yarder, maybe 24, somewhere around there. So we'll see if this pays off for Mattoon. And a throw and a touchdown, wide open, was Darius White. And a 12-yard touchdown pass for Mattoon. Collinsville trails for the first time this year.
Stuber and Pinnell got crossed up there with one man coming in front of them, and neither of them had the guy who came in and caught the ball and scored.
So Kahawks are in unfamiliar territory here, being down in a game.
An interesting formation here from Mattoon.
2-point conversion try, and Spurgeon's going to keep it. He's going to have no problem getting in because everybody was over there guarding all those guys. Yeah, that's a weird formation, but you know what? It worked. And it's a 7-0 lead for the Mattoon Green Wave. Collinsville will get the ball back, 8, and we'll be back to tell you all about the next Collinsville possession in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University. Okay, why can't I attach to my Wi-Fi? So I can't even attach to my own Wi-Fi, huh? All right, I see how you are. Well, 8-0 in favor of Mattoon. Collinsville in unfamiliar territory so far this year. And the Kahawks waiting to get the ball back as Kobe Cardwell is ready to kick the ball off. Swaggart and Jerry Richardson back deep. Here's the kickoff. It's low, and it's going to come right to one of the up men at the 25-yard line. And that is Mosby. Mosby, spin move. And down to the 40-yard line. Collinsville will have it in pretty decent field position here to start this drive.
Well, the bad snap ruined Collinsville's drive, and they missed the field goal, but it didn't end up that way for Mattoon. They got the touchdown.
So these two schools did meet once, as everybody probably is aware of. The only meeting between the schools was in 2019 at Mattoon. Mattoon won 26-20. That was our first year after leaving the Southwestern Conference in football only.
Didn't get to play him at home last year because no games were played.
Low snap this time for Anderson. He has to scramble, rolls out to his right, and turns nothing into something, and that something is almost a first down, as that ball is going to be placed just inside the 50-yard line on the wrong side, and we'll see if it's close enough to call it a first down, and they do call it a first down.
Chains, yeah. That was just a busted play. He just scrambled, tried to get whatever he could. Got a first down.
See, it's so far behind. It's just because the phone's having a hard time getting the signal. So I tried to hook it up to my hotspot, but it's not even recognizing that it's there. Here's a snap. Anderson is going to roll out to his left, or excuse me, to his right, and a late flag comes in. That's usually in the holding department. And it is, and that play is going to come back.
Second one of the game on Collinsville. They had some pretty clean games penalty-wise. This is going to move them back. Be 1st and 20.
I'm like right next to my hotspot, and it's not even recognizing it. So, another hold, and yep, that's going to be a long way to go. Kahok's line of scrimmage on their 40-yard line. They need to get to the opponent's 40-yard line for a first down. 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. Richardson the lone setback. Here's the snap. Back to passes Anderson. He passes it to Pinnell. And a couple of nice blocks. Springs Pinnell. Gets rid of another. He's got that first down and a little bit more. A gain of 26 yards on the play for the Kahawks. And now Collinsville back in business.
Defenders mostly followed Mosby there as Pinnell cut the outside. Pinnell made the catch and then carried his guys for about 3-4 more yards after that. Great play there on 1st and long for the Kahawks. Get this drive moving. Should be caught up.
I'm not worried about it. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Snap, and the handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson tries it around the right-hand side, and just at the last moment, an arm of one of the defenders came in and wrapped him up. I believe that would be Jeffrey McCahey, the 190-pound, 6-foot defensive lineman. So just a gain of 2 on the play. Coming up on 7 minutes to go here in this first half. 8-0 in favor of Mattoon on a 12-yard touchdown. After first and goal from the 26. Here's another pass. This one's going to go to Bagwell. Bagwell stiff arms one and then fumbles the ball, bounces right back up into his arms, and he comes down at the 30-yard line. Boy, oh boy, that could have been all kinds of bad for Collinsville. First of all, it could have been a loss in the backfield on a tackle. Then it could have been a fumble, and it ends up being a 2-yard gain.
A wild time for his first reception there for Bagwell. Stiff-armed his man that tried to get past it and then ended up putting the ball on the ground. Luckily, he got the recovery.
That was a nice stiff arm, wasn't it? That was a big league stiff arm. All right, Swaggart and Pinnell go on the far side. Bagwell lines up in the slot over here with Jeremiah Mosby. Jerry Richardson remains the lone setback. Pinnell comes into motion. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Richardson, and he is going to be close to a first down. Needed to get 6 yards, might have got just that. Well, looks like they're going to spot him just a little bit short, so he picked up 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 here for the Kahawks.
Should have kept following Mesa through there. Did cut it back to the left there at the last second. Thought he would have some running room. Would just follow Mesa on through. He would definitely got that first down.
Kahawks are going to go for it on 4th down. We'll see if Anderson wants to bark out some signals and see if he can get Mattoon to jump off sides again.
Worked before.
Play clock down to 10. So he's not going to have much time to play with here with the barking signals.
He's just going to follow in right up.
Yeah, he takes a snap. He pushes himself forward and
not going to get it.
Not going to get it. Mattoon holds, and Collinsville gives the ball up. And now the Green Wave will have a chance to add more points onto their already 8-0 lead. So first down for Mattoon. Collinsville has to get their defense back out onto the field. And Jackson Spurgeon has his offense back out there. Grace stands over his left-hand shoulder. 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. Spurgeon in shotgun takes the snap. Back to pass. He looks left and he throws left and make that right, and he overthrows everybody once again. Intended for Darius White, and that's the second time he has thrown the ball about 7 or 8 yards over White's head.
Yeah, his deep passes haven't been on at all. He's overthrown his man each time.
got a nice tight spiral, and he gets some distance on that ball, but it's the accuracy that's killing him right now. 2nd down and 10 for Mattoon. 3 wide receivers over on the far side of the field once again. 1 lone wide receiver over here on the near side. Collinsville scrunching it up just a little bit more on this line of scrimmage against these wide receivers. 1 second left on the play clock before they got that off, and there's a tackle by Jerry Richardson, so a minimal gain of about 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
Mattoon really tightened up the formation there. Tight ends. And now we got some kind of strange stoppage of play.
Referees are talking about something.
This near side referee came in and wanted to talk about something.
There's no flags on the ground, are there? Now the head referee is going to talk to the sideline judge, and we're going to have a timeout, and this one's going to go against the Green Wave. So Mattoon calls a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman along with you. A timeout for Mattoon. They now have 2 left. And 4:50 left here in this first half.
Yeah, why'd they wind the clock coming out of a timeout?
I don't know.
Why is it
12 seconds left on the clock. It was.
Run.
I don't know. We would take that. Did that down just not count? There's a short pass, and I tell you what, Spurgeon got hit from behind just as he let that go.
Oh, I guess they're saying
Now
the timeout
it's
was called before the
now
run.
it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Okay.
So did the last play just not count?
Yeah, I guess they're saying Johnson got the timeout off before.
Okay. I guess.
Well, I don't understand why they
I'm not down there.
why they wound the clock coming out of a timeout.
I don't know.
Because the timeout stops the clock.
All right, so it remains 3rd and long anyway. 3rd down and a long 9 to go. Spurgeon in shotgun once again. And a weird snap. I think somebody must have moved, but I don't see any flags. Throw's going to come to the sideline. And wrapping up the receiver is Damian Swaggart. And Swaggart once again saves a big gain. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Mattoon's going to have to punt.
It's a big man tackle there. He just wrapped him up in both arms there and said, not going to go anywhere. Great job by Swaggart.
Gavin Klein caught that pass. And Collinsville looking to get the ball back here and maybe some pretty decent field position as Richardson stands back on his own 45-yard line. Once again, Cardwell, the punter for Mattoon. He gets the snap. He gets the punt off. It's high, angled away from Richardson over toward the sideline. Richardson's going to try to pick it up, but he didn't. Man, oh man, we've seen him do that before with very good success, but there's something in the air here tonight that is just fighting against Collinsville right now, and they're doing a few things wrong here and there, but so far they're only down 8-0.
Yeah, the last 2 games have been pretty magical. Just everything going right. Now you're fighting a bit of adversity. It's kind of more similar to the first 2 games.
4:27 left on the clock here in this first half. Collinsville trails 8-0. Colby Anderson back out, empty backfield. 3 wide receivers on the left side, 2 on the right. Anderson takes the snap, back to pass, throws down the middle, and he has Richardson wide open, and they will not catch him today. Touchdown, Collinsville.
Offense gets that one off. Great job there. Just empty backfield. We're going to pass it down the field and try to beat you down, and works out here. And
66-yard touchdown catch And Collinsville's on the board.
If they're going to go for the tie, or if we might just go for the easy points, knowing that there's a lot of time left. Now they're going to keep the offense out here and going to go for the tie.
4:19 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville on the board. Right now trailing by 2. Kahawks are going to go for the 2-point conversion, try to tie this thing up. A triple threat in the backfield. One wide receiver on either side of the formation. Anderson back, rolls, and he gets out of it. And then he's going to throw it into the end zone.
Caught in the end zone by Trey Swigert for the 2-pointer.
Trey Swigert, excuse me. Man.
Exciting play.
My voice is just all of a
Todd
sudden.
got all choked up, everybody.
My voice is starting to go crackly on me here. Oh, boy. Tie game, 8-8. Time for a timeout and a drink of some Mountain Dew or something. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back here at Eastern Illinois University, 8-8 our score with 4:19 left to play in this second quarter. 66-yard touchdown catch by Jerry Richardson from Colby Anderson. And then Travion Swagger catches the 2-point conversion on what looked like a busted play.
2 guys from Mattoon busted through and wrapped up Colby, and he got through it.
A kick, and man, plastered at the 35-yard line was the kick returner, and that was a quite the lick over there put on by Thomas Hills on the return man. Return man was over there going, why are you kicking it to me?
Well, that worked out for Collinsville late in the first half of that Charleston game. Kicked one over the sideline there. Nobody on Charleston was home to catch it, and Collinsville recovered.
So we'll see if the Collinsville defense can stiffen up again and give the Green Wave some fits as Spurgeon and company come back out for another series on offense. They'll have I formation behind Spurgeon as he goes under center. 2 wide receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side. 1st and 10. Here's a snap. Spurgeon back to pass. He throws, and that one's in the air. And I tell you what, man, that would have been real close for Ryan McIntyre if he would have gotten off of his guy and followed the ball, but he kept on going after the would-be receiver. I don't even think he knew the ball was tipped that high.
No, McIntyre's keyed in on his guy trying to make the stop. Ball gets tipped up in the air.
2nd down and 10 for Mattoon. Same formation, I formation behind Spurgeon, who's under center. Here's the snap. Spurgeon hands the ball off to Grace. Grace gets wrapped up by Damian Swaggart, and then Swaggart gets a little help. Ball is fumbled, and Collinsville gets it.
Sam Kohler comes out with it, and it was all set up by Damian Swaggart with a other big man tackle, just wrapping his arms around the RB there and not letting him go too far, and ends up knocking the ball out.
Damian Swaggart is having a whale of a game just here in the first half. So a turnover for Mattoon. Collinsville in decent field position at the Green Wave 40-yard line. 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side. Colby Anderson runs, then he pitches to Richardson, and that ball ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to be down there. And it is going to, now there's a late flag coming in. And Collinsville, lucky that they still have possession of the ball. Now, who's the flag against?
Sound like our assistant coaches were reacting to something post-play there. Maybe a late hit or something on one of our guys. Nope.
Well, it's going to be against our guys. That's a personal foul. And that's going to back them up 15 yards.
I imagine the down's going to count.
Colton Rhodes is out about 5 yards onto the field wanting to say his piece.
So they must have got the second guy after all that. The thing is, it's probably going to be after the play, after the down counts. It's going to be second and 25, 26.
That'll take them out of Green Wave territory and back into their own territory as the ball sits on the Kahok 44-yard line. And it is going to be second down. It'll be second down and 26. Well, we've been here before.
Well, for Mattoon, they did. And second and goal from the 26, they ended up scoring. Just get a positive play here.
Bunnell and Swaggart line up over on the far side as the receivers. Mosby and McIntyre over here on the near side. Richardson goes into motion. Here's a snap. Fake handoff to him. Anderson keeps it. He skips over one and then pushes a pile forward, and he gets back into Green Wave territory all the way down to the 44-yard line. Nice little piece of running there by Anderson.
Gain of about 10.
Yeah.
Third and 15, 16.
3:15 left to play here in this first half. 8-8 between Collinsville and Mattoon. Same formation. Richardson lines up as a slot receiver over here on the near side. Empty backfield. Anderson in shotgun. And Richardson in motion once again. And another. This one they did not fake it. I wish they would have. They would have faked that one to Anderson. I think Colby would have had some more running room.
Two guys bust through on that right side of the Cahock's offense there by Mattoon. And
I don't understand the play calling there. 2 times in a row you do the same formation and almost the same thing, except for this time you do hand the ball off to Richardson, but that didn't work, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and very long, and McIntyre's going to stay in to punt.
Yeah, I think you're looking to punt on 4th down no matter what, no matter how far down you get in this one, unless you get back down near the 30. So I think he'd have been looking first down there, throwing the ball down there on that 3rd down play.
Remember, we have a new long snapper as well. That's a good snap. McIntyre has plenty of time. Sky-high kick, and the Mattoon receivers get away from it, and it takes a Collinsville roll, and it's going to roll all the way out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So Mattoon will have 1 minute and 57 seconds to move all the way down the field from their own 13-yard line. They do have 2 timeouts left at their disposal, so we'll see how Mattoon wants to play this one out.
Collins will get the ball start the second half, so looking for one more defensive stop here for this first half.
Spurgeon gets his offense back out onto the field. Everybody looks over at the sidelines for the hand signals. They have them. And looks like we're going to have I formation again. Spurgeon goes under center. 2 wide receivers over here on the near, 1 on the far. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Grace. Grace gets immediately wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He's lucky to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
So with knocking them back for a loss there, Collins was going to try to call their timeouts here and maybe look to get one last possession.
Thomas Hills and Sam Kohler in on that stop. We have a timeout on the field, so we'll step aside for a moment as well. And we are back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Zach Roseman along with you. 1:51 left to play here in this first half. 8-8 between Collinsville and Mattoon. Each team now with 2 timeouts left. Here's a pitch back, and it is going to go for a gain of about 1 on the play when it's all said and done. And this time, the ball carrier was Tyshawn Thompson, 6 foot, 160-pound wide receiver he's listed as on the roster. And this time, no one's going to stop the clock. Clock continues to run with 1:23 left. It's going to bring up 3rd and long here for Mattoon. I don't know why Collinsville's not using a timeout now. They used one earlier. Why not use another?
Yeah, you would think so. You called the one before, and you got 2 left. If you're trying to get the ball back, truly, which would have seemed to have been the point of the first timeout.
Spurgeon under center. 2 seconds left on the play clock. He's going to run out of time. Nope, didn't get it all. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Quarterback just
that
signaled
clock
timeout.
was down to 0 when he signaled that timeout. Oh, boy, referees missed that one big time. Man, oh, man, oh, man.
Could have came from the sideline before, maybe. We don't know, but could have been close.
I looked at the clock. The clock said 0. I turned my head, and that's when the quarterback was using the timeout signal. And the line judge was looking straight at the quarterback, and that's when he threw up his hands and said timeout. I think that was a missed call there by the refs.
Yeah, quarterback was definitely late, so if it came in on time, it had to come from the sideline.
Stops the clock with 1:02 left to play. Mattoon down to their last timeout. They look like they're more intent on just letting the clock run out now. Wow. The coaches up here in the press box didn't like that call either.
They've been disappointed with a few calls here over the last few minutes, but okay, let's get this stop here.
Sophomore Owen Hawkins lines up as a wide receiver on the far side, the only one over there for the Green Wave. And now Spurgeon under center once again. He's going to hand the ball off, and immediately the ball carrier is met. Nice tackle by Isaiah Norton. And now Collinsville is going to use the timeout. All right, since we missed a lot of pregame stuff, we're going to go ahead and take a timeout right along with them, and we're going to take a commercial break, maybe if I can figure out which button to press the right way. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Once again, back at Eastern Illinois University here in Charleston, Illinois. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman, all with you. It is 4th down and 6 for Mattoon. They're going to punt. Richardson stands back at his own 45-yard line. Collinsville has 1 timeout left in which to use. Here's the punt. It is going to be caught by Richardson at the 45-yard line. He brings it across the 40, down to the 30, and Collinsville in business all the way down to the 27-yard line, and the Kahawks will have 47 seconds and 1 timeout to see if they can get some more points on the board before half.
I like to think starting you're already in field goal range, maybe.
I told you that little bit of wind in Chai's face when he missed that field goal. Well, if he were to kick one here, he'd have that little bit of wind at his back. And it's not much. I would say probably maybe 8 miles an hour or something like that.
Enough to kick up the little flags on the goal post, but not that much.
Empty backfield once again for Collinsville. 3 wide receivers, and now Mattoon will use their final timeout. Okay.
Coach didn't like something out there on defense.
Yeah, that's what my guess is it would be. All right, another break on the field. We will come back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do they only have 10 out there?
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Welcome back once again to Eastern Illinois University. And again, I will remind everybody that there is nothing we can do about the glare on the window. These windows do not open up, and as long as the lights are on in the press box, we're going to get that glare. So sorry about that. And 1st and 10 for Collinsville. Again, 3 wide receivers near. Now here is Pinnell in motion. Back to pass is Anderson. Down the middle, partially tipped, or else Richardson would have had that one big time.
It was wide open in the middle. That had to have been
It was tipped.
Tipped by somebody.
Tipped about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. We understand that the glare is not ideal, but you know what? It is what it is. We have a window about the size of a back door of a econo van, and they don't open. So there's nothing we can do. We can't open the window to put the camera outside like we do at home. We have to adapt to our surroundings as well. 2nd down, Anderson back to pass. Looks to his left, throws to his left, and he got hit when he threw it. That ball was wobbly, and that was close to being picked off as Slater Trier was almost there for the interception. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Collinsville with 39 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter.
You maybe just look to run here to keep the clock going and call timeout and try for a bit of a long field goal. I don't think you want to give the ball back in any situation.
Oh, no. I wouldn't think so either.
So this will be an interesting 3rd down play call.
3rd down and 10. Mosby, the lone wide receiver over here on the near side. Triple threat over on the far side. Anderson back to pass. Looks and throws it too far ahead of Richardson. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 37 seconds left, and it's 4th down. And from here, you're looking at probably a 45-yard field goal.
All of a sudden, he rushed the throw. I mean, one guy was coming around his back there, but seemed like a rush throw out of the hands of Colby.
Well, Chai is not coming out. Colby Anderson going over and talking things over with Colton Rhodes. And it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mattoon, they don't have any timeouts left, so they will be unable to stop the clock if they do get the ball back. So Collinsville is going to try to pick up this 1st down or bust. Richardson, the lone setback. Anderson back to pass. Looks down the middle, throws it, and into the end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted by Mattoon in the end zone. So the Green Wave will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. I believe that was Matthew Gordon who intercepted that pass. 6 foot, 160-pound senior defensive back. And that puts the clock down at 30 seconds. And again, Mattoon, they do not have any timeouts. First interception of the year by Colby Anderson.
Mattoon's just going to take this knee into the half here, and Collins will get this ball to start the 3rd quarter.
And down on a knee goes Spurgeon, and the clock will run. Collinsville will not stop it. 23 seconds left on the game clock and 35 seconds left on the play clock, so that is going to do it for the first half. So after 1 half of play, we are tied 8-8. We'll take a break, come back and round up some out-of-town scores for you, and we'll pass those along to you here in just a little bit on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. KayhawkSports.com.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. And once again, we welcome you back to Eastern Illinois University, where our halftime score is knotted at 8 between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Green Wave of Mattoon. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Zach Roseman along with you. We'll get you caught up on some scores from around the area, around the metro area here in just a moment, but we're going to pass along some information that we didn't get to pass along to you in the pregame show because we had to shut everything down and fire everything back up to get rid of that glitch that was bugging us at the beginning of that game. So we will do that now. I told you the only meeting between these schools back in 2019, that was at Mattoon. They won the home game 26-20. That was the first year after Collinsville left the Southwestern Conference in football. Mattoon, they led 8-7 after the first half. Then Collinsville came back and tied it 14-14. That was the score after 3 quarters of play. Collinsville actually took the lead on a Gabe Miller run at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It was Collinsville 20 and Mattoon 14, but the Green Wave scored 2 late touchdowns in the fourth quarter to pull out the win. Believe it or not, Colby Anderson started in that game. He was a freshman back then and rushed for 4 rushes for 7 yards, and a touchdown. He completed one of 2 passes, but it was for 0 yards, and the one pass was caught by Travion Swagger, who is here tonight, caught that lone pass. Jaden Neighbors had the other touchdown in that contest. That, again, Mattoon won by a score of 26-20. Let's switch over to the Green Wave. We'll tell you a little bit about Troy Johnson, the head coach for the Green Wave out of Mattoon. In the previous 12 years, he guided his team to 5 playoff berths. The last one was in 2018, won the first round, and then went to the playoffs 4 years in a row from 2012 to 2015. Lost in the first round all 4 times. Made the playoffs 10 times in program history. Gerald Temple 6 times from 1997 to 2007. He went 62-48 in his 11 years. The best year there was 2003. Beat Jerseyville 39-30 in the first round of the playoffs. Beat Althoff 56-14 in the second round. Beat Highland 57-7 in the quarterfinals. So just all kinds of beating up going on there over Metro East teams. But they ended up losing to Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin 49-14 in the state semis. And then Joliet beat Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin 24-21 for the Class 5A state championship. Only other appearance in the state semifinal was the first year of the Illinois State playoffs of 1974. They beat Mount Vernon 38-21. Then they knocked off Centralia 32-6 in quarterfinals. Remember that year in 74, you only had to win the first round, and then you were in the quarterfinals. And then they lost to Normal in the semifinals by a score of 27-22. Normal ended up losing to Rockford that year. Rockford East for the 4A championship, 34-15. All right, time from some scorers from around the area, and to give you those, here is Mr. Chris Kettler.
Well, first we'll start with the Cardinals. They're going for their 14th win in a row, and they're beating the Cubs 7-2 in the second game of their doubleheader. All the Southwestern Conference games, amazingly, are tomorrow. No Southwestern Conference games tonight. You got Belleville West, Edwardsville, Eastside against O'Fallon, and Alden and Belleville East. The Mississippi Valley scores, I got CM 14, Waterloo 6, Triad 17-12 over Highland at the half, and Muscuda is 29-22 on Jerseyville. The South 7 was Centralia 10, Altoff nothing at the half. Or actually at the first quarter. Marion 37, Mount Vernon 0 at the half, and Cahokia forfeited to Carbondale after discovered some COVID cases there. Pana leads Southwestern 41-0, and Mater Dei leads Quincy Notre Dame 13-7.
And we do have a soccer score for all you soccer Kahok fans, because the Edwardsville Tigers and the O'Fallon Panthers had to play a makeup game tonight, and Edwardsville won that one. Was the score?
Yeah, Edwardsville won that makeup game 2-1. So
O'Fallon now has 2 losses in the Southwestern Conference, and Edwardsville and Collinsville, the only ones left with 1 loss, and Collinsville has finished playing Edwardsville this year, so we have to hope that somebody else can knock off Edwardsville while we do our thing against the 3 remaining Southwestern Conference opponents left on our schedule, and one of those is O'Fallon.
We got seedings coming out next week, so probably be Collinsville and Edwardsville 1-2 in some form or fashion, which hopefully will make the Kahawks have to miss that Edwardsville regional, where we don't want to go because the equipment doesn't work there.
Yeah, the other one's in Alton, right?
Yeah, Alton.
Yeah, Alton is hosting a regional, and Edwardsville is hosting a regional. And as you know, my fine, outstanding equipment here that I've been having problems with for the last week does not work at all in Edwardsville. So if we do have to go out to Edwardsville, we'll have to break out the phone and do that one on the Facebook page. So here we are at halftime of this one. It is 8-8, a 12-yard touchdown run for Mattoon with 8:42 left in the second. Gave them their lead. They converted on a 2-point conversion to take an 8-0 lead. And Collinsville countered about 4 minutes later, a 66-yard touchdown catch from Colby Anderson to Jerry Richardson. Got Collinsville on the board, and then a 2-point conversion that was a little rough, got to tell you the truth. It worked, but it was a 2-point pass that ended up into the hands of Travion Swagger when it looked like that Colby Anderson was going to go down. And luckily for Collinsville, that worked out, and that's why we are tied 8-8. Kahawks moved the ball a couple of times very well. Mattoon, they moved the ball a couple of times very well. Kahawks could be up, but we have had a missed field goal by Chris Chai, and really, Collinsville's looked kind of off in this game compared to the first 4 weeks when they looked great.
Yeah, especially the last 2 weeks we were flying high, scoring lots of points. Some more adversity here today. Drove down to the 2 to start the game, and it looked like they were going to get on the board and be flying high again. We're going to settle for the field goal, missed that. And then Mattoon had their big conversion when they were facing second and goal from 26. But the Kahawks have battled back here. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. Hopefully they can put everything that went wrong here in the first half behind them and get some more positive things going here in the second half.
Yeah, we hope that that's exactly what happens. Football is a game of adjustments. You make the proper adjustments, and you can move on and look to clinch that playoff spot next week. But first, you got to try to win number 5 here tonight. Taking a look ahead, coming up next week, we got early action for you. We'll have girls volleyball on Monday evening at probably around 6:30. I think that one's a half-hour start, pushed up a little bit because of busing issues with Columbia. And then we'll bring you some boys soccer from Granite City on Tuesday evening. We're off on Wednesday and Thursday. The boys soccer team is at home versus Waterloo on Thursday, but I've got a lot of things going on that day, so we're going to hold off. And then we're back at home as Granite City comes to town for the Pink Out game next week on the football field, Football Friday, week number 6. And that game is a 7 o'clock start, and we'll be on the air with that one around 6:40 as well. So that's what we got going on for you next week. Volleyball on Monday, boys soccer on Tuesday, and then football on Friday. We still have about a little over 5 minutes to go here. They had a 20-minute halftime. Homecoming night and senior night all on the same night here for the Mattoon Green Wave. So a little bit of a longer running clock here in the second half as opposed to usual. So we've got a little bit more time to kill, and we'll play some of our sponsors, and then we'll come back and have the second half. Collinsville will get the ball to start off the second half, and that'll be coming your way here in just mere moments on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with the projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list.
From framing drywall, painting, and stairwork inside to deckwork, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
And once again, we welcome you back to Eastern Illinois University, just about ready for second half action between Collinsville and Mattoon. We are all knotted at 8. What's going on with the baseball game there, Chris Kettler?
8-2 Cardinals.
8-2 Cardinals going for their 14th win in a row. If they get that win, they will match the 14-game winning streak set by the Gas House Gang, St. Louis Cardinals of 1935. And that is the most ever won in a row by any Cardinal team.
What's the
in
Major
the
League
history?
record? Do you know?
I do not know that. I was going to look that up the other day, or actually earlier today, and I got sidetracked at school and forgot all about it. I would imagine it's a lot more than 14, though. I want to say it's somewhere up in the early 20s. Yeah, 22, 23, something like that. And, yeah, so that'll be saying something there if you can match the best winning streak in Cardinal history with 14 with the 1935 St. Louis Cardinals. And if you can beat the Cubbies tomorrow, then guess what? The 2021 Cardinals will hold the record for most consecutive wins. But that's tomorrow. Let's get through today. I know we had Jack Flaherty start, and I know that Dakota Hudson's pitching right now, so nice to get a couple of our injured pitchers back on the mound and get them in some games.
Then you got Blues play tomorrow.
Blues play their first
Preseason?
preseason game, yep, tomorrow. And Tarasenko in town. Big write-up in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch today about him, and he's kind of like the shades of Mark McGuire. I'm not here to talk about the past. So we'll see. I, for one, if he's going to be on your team, let's hope he's the Tarasenko of old, and then I don't think anyone will have any problems with him being on the team.
He can stay healthy.
Mizzou playing tomorrow morning. Mizzou football playing tomorrow morning.
Illinois Purdue.
Eastern.
Mizzou is playing Boston College. First time ever that those two teams are meeting on the football field. And I think that's at 11 o'clock or 11:30 kickoff, something like that. So kind of looking forward to watching that. Kind of glad that last week's game was on pay-per-view and I didn't have to watch it. So that's what's going on around town for the weekend. We have football underway. We have baseball into the final push in the postseason on the way. And we have hockey starting up on Saturday, even though it's preseason. I think the first real game isn't until the something like that. 6th of October? No, I think it's even later than that, to tell you the truth. 16th? 16th, I believe. Yeah, so a regular training camp for once, for a long first time in a while. And it'll be nice to have a regular season of hockey go on instead of shortened seasons and bubble playoffs.
We're ready for a Kahok second half here.
Just about. Even after that 20-minute halftime, they put another 3 minutes up on the clock, so a 23-minute halftime.
The good old 3-minute warm-up time that they really didn't need all of that.
Well, they were already out there warming up well into that. Collinsville's on the field. They're ready to go. They're going to get the ball first to start this second half. Scoreboard says we've got 20 seconds left until that happens.
Got Granite City at home next week.
Got back-to-back home games. Granite City next week for the Pink Out game, and then homecoming against Mount Zion before we head to Alton for a Saturday afternoon game against Alton Marquette, and then we will return home and close out things against Centralia on senior night. Looks like we're just about ready to go. I think we're missing a football. There it is.
Tee down, and we're going to have a ball here. Kahok's back to receive.
Yeah. Kobe Cardwell. He's back, ready to kick off. And back deep, Richardson and Travion Swaggart for Collinsville. Second half is underway. It's a low kick, takes a couple of bounces, and rolls all the way up to Mosby. Mosby across the 35, and just like the last time Mosby touched the ball on a kickoff, he got about to the same spot. So 1st and 10 for Collinsville from Mattoon's 38-yard line. 8-8 contest. Collinsville trying to improve to 5-0, and Mattoon, they came in at 2-2, lost their first 2 games of the year, won their next 2. They're trying for a 3-game winning streak themselves, trying to stay alive in the playoff hunt. So Collinsville has it, 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. We're underway here in the third quarter. Swaggart lines up as the lone wide receiver on the far side, 3 over here, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson. He comes around the left side. He's got a nice block over there from Mosby, and he gets out of bounds, and Collinsville picks up a first down. Boy, Mosby was doing a great job over here on the block of Chase Woodward, and he would not let Woodward get anywhere near his running back.
Good initial blocks by the Kahok's offensive line, and then the blocks by Mosby on the outside really led it to be a big play for Jerry Richardson.
So a fresh set of downs for Collinsville. They're in green wave territory. And they have the ball on Mattoon's 42-yard line. Again, Swaggart lines up as the lone wide receiver on the far side. Triple threat over here on the near side. Richardson the lone setback. Anderson back to pass. He's in trouble and he goes down back into Collinsville territory on the Kahok 48-yard line. We have a flag on the field all the way over on the far side. And it's offside against Mattoon, so we erased that quarterback sack.
Wow, big break there for the Chaos.
You ain't kidding. You are not kidding.
Anderson got swallowed up. It was great penetration by the defense of Mattoon, but maybe that's why they had a little bit of an extra break in there.
So we'll march off 5 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 5 for Collinsville. Ball now on Mattoon's 37-yard line. Anderson stays in shotgun. Richardson over his left shoulder. Here's the snap. Anderson back to pass. He looks. He's throwing for Swaggart. Swaggart has the ball. Oh, boy. Touchdown. Collinsville, 37 yards from Anderson to Swaggart.
Anderson connected with him on Swaggart. Sidestepped his man that was on him. Jumped in front of him there. Got the ball. Made the move back to the outside and had easy time to go the 15 yards for the touchdown. 14-8 Chaos, and Chai will look for the extra point.
10:54, just 1 minute and 6 seconds in to the second half. Collinsville scores first. They take the lead. And looking for more. Here is Chai trying to add on an extra point.
Clock winding down here, 1 second.
There's the up, and it is good. So Collinsville extends that lead to
15-8. Minute 6 into this third quarter.
Man, I am having some throat problems. Break time coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University. Got a frog in my throat. And every time I get a little bit excited because somebody's doing something good, my throat just clenches up and stops.
Call it the dust.
I'm going to be in trouble tomorrow night when I go to that Judas Priest concert. I'm not going to have a voice come Monday. Here's Chai kicking off, and he'll do another short one. And this one caught over the shoulder, and immediately Dylan Edwards goes down with it. And the Green Wave will have pretty decent starting field position on their own 35-yard line. I think that we're better off kicking that ball deep. I know that, sometimes it works out in your favor when you're trying an onside kick and things like that, but
we saw, against Triad where they got the field goal and then just had to get a couple seconds off the clock. That was really the last time Collinsville kicked it deep, and it about burned them here, and so we have a problem with the chains here.
Problems with the chains. The chain links are kinking up over there, and
it's a Division I school. They have another set of chains somewhere.
They have the chain gang operating on the chains. 10:52 left to play here in this third quarter. 15-8. 2 passes for touchdowns. One a 66-yard catch by Jerry Richardson, and this one a 37-yard touchdown catch by Travion Swaggart.
Disaster averted. We're back here with the chains working now. And
looks like it. So Spurgeon back in shotgun, has split backs on either side of his shoulders, and he's back to pass as Spurgeon rolls out to his left, steps up, and then he's met by Damian Swaggart, and helped out also a little bit there by Eric Stuber. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6.
Spurgeon decides he wants to scramble and thinks he can slide past Swigert there, but he's got them long arms. They'll wrap you up and bring you down, no problem.
2 wide receivers here on the near side. Again, split backs. Grace on one side, Klein on the other. Here is Spurgeon this time rolling out to his right. He looks to the sideline and right through the hands of his intended receiver. That's Mr. White, Darius White.
White did a good job of leading his defender up the field and cutting back up, and he had to maybe go another step to his left, more towards the sidelines.
Yeah,
Ball still went through his hands.
Ryan McIntyre was providing the coverage over here. And now Grace will come off the field. And the lone running back will be Klein. Three wide receivers here on the near side, 1 tight end. And 3rd down and long, and a flag on the play. And we'll see who this is on.
Kahok.
They started sneaking up the line.
Kahok went up in the neutral zone there, but then he started to step
Ball
back.
start. That's what I thought too. Yeah, they were sneaking up over there on that far side, right in front of that tight end over there, and that, I think, caused one of the Mattoon players to jump, and that's exactly what happened. That was not on Collinsville.
He jumped after one of the Canucks started to enter into the neutral zone a bit, thinking if he jumped himself there, it would come on Collinsville since they were on the inside of the neutral zone.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 instead of a 3rd down and 5, or 3rd down and 6, excuse me. And now the Green Wave have farther to go. Back to pass to Spurgeon. He'll throw it into the ground. He was trying to.
He's basically throwing it away.
Yeah, he basically did. I know that he was trying to shoot for Gavin Klein over here on this near side, but he threw that one about 5 yards in front of Klein and right into the ground. So 4th down for Mattoon, and they'll have to punt the ball back to Collinsville. Kahawks have the lead, and they can add on to it here. Kobe Cardwell back to kick, and Jerry Richardson stands at his own 35. Snap. Ball is in the air. Richardson has to back up to about his 33-yard line, takes the catch, gets by one tackler, gets by another tackler, starts going toward the far sideline. That's going to be an illegal block in the back there. That's going to be called back. That's a shame, too. That is a real shame because Richardson goes all the way in for a touchdown, but it's going to come back after an illegal block in the back, way downfield, and that is going to take some air out of the sails.
Yeah, when you got a back reversing field like that, it's hard to square up all your blocks there. It was a big block by whoever threw it, but when you Bagwell, we're going to go with there, but he just didn't have his guy squared up enough. Richardson was going to get a big gain on it no matter what, but this will back the Canucks up.
Well, yeah. Richardson ran all the way down for a touchdown, but we knew right away that that play was coming back. Everybody up here in the press box knew it. Those kind of things will come back and haunt you, man.
This will push the Canucks back to the 20. We'll just pretend that Mattoon punted into the end zone.
Sure, let's do that.
Let's set this offense up here. We move quickly on the first possession, got the touchdown.
9:49 left to play here in this third quarter. 15-8 in favor of Collinsville. Canucks with their second possession here in this third quarter. And they have two wide receivers on either side of the formation. In shotgun, Anderson once again. And the handoff is going to go in, and it's going to go up, and we got a little bit of room. And they're going to try and pull him down from behind. That is Isaiah Norton. And Norton had to spell Richardson for a bit because Richardson was probably out of breath after running down the field 70 yards just to have the ball come back. But that was a nice pickup there by Isaiah Norton, the 5'10", 185-pound sophomore for Collinsville.
He gets a 25-yard gain. That's exactly what was going on. Richardson just getting that breather there. He comes back out on the field.
So clock continues to move. 9.5 to play here in this third quarter. 15-8 in favor of Collinsville. And the play coming in late from the sidelines. There's only 5 seconds left on the play clock. They're still in the huddle. And yep, they're going to have to call a timeout. And they do. So Collinsville has to use a timeout. We'll just keep it here for this one. And we'll remind you that what's going on with the Cardinal game?
8-3.
8-3. What inning are we in?
That's the end of the fourth.
Into the fourth, and it's only a 7-inning game. So
heading to the fifth of a 7-inning game.
Yeah.
Reeling in that 14th win.
Trying to go for that 14th win. We were listening to the early game on the way out here, and boy, that
sixth inning
was that was tough. Like, man, you guys been playing good. Now all of a sudden things just couldn't go any worse here. And well, they held tough, and Reyes had a rough outing again, and hate to see that happen. He was looking pretty good through the first couple of batters, and then all of a sudden he fell apart.
I think he actually got the win.
He did get the win. J.A. Happ, he had an eventful fourth inning, but ended up getting out of a bases-loaded jam with back-to-back strikeouts. All right, here we go. It is first down. Anderson back to pass. He got partially hit as he let that go. That was intended for Richardson. Now a late flag comes in, and I believe we're going to have some unsportsmanlike conduct against the Green Wave. That's exactly what it is.
Reaching at each other late there.
I didn't see it happen, but I saw the flag go up, and I saw the young man for the Green Wave just walk away, and he knew he was going to be against him. And that'll give Collinsville some extra yardage.
This will bring it way into Mattoon territory, down here to the 40. Across the Panther logo, and
30. So the other
Eastern Illinois Panthers. They are on the road this week.
it's Tennessee Tech
TT.
looking to get their first win of the year.
All right. First down and 10 for Collinsville, this time from Mattoon's 40-yard line. Anderson in shotgun, has Richardson over his right-hand shoulder, and a fake handoff. Anderson keeps it, jumps over the line of scrimmage, has room, splits another defender, and couldn't get past the last one, but he's all the way down to the 5-yard line. Colby Anderson with a big 35-yard run there.
Just excellent blocking by the Cahoks. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, lots of running room for Colby Anderson, and just the last man finally beats him down at the 6. Let's punch this one in, unlike that first possession.
9:05 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville in the red zone once again. First and goal from the Mattoon 6-yard line. This time, Richardson stands over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. High snap. Anderson's got to jump on it again. He does, and boy, oh boy, seems like every time we get down to the red zone, we get one of these high snaps.
I think it was a bit to his right.
Yeah.
He could just barely get a hand on it. So Oscar having some problems with the snaps at the worst time.
Yeah, we knew we had a new long snapper into the lineup, but our center, Javier Oseguera, has been playing pretty well these first 4 weeks, but a couple of high snaps here in this game, and Collinsville is backed up again. Second down and goal from the 12. Anderson in shotgun, and the man in motion is Pinnell. The handoff goes to Richardson. He breaks around to the right side and gets back up inside the 5. They'll put him down at about the 4.
He was as good as gone, but he just one Mattoon player just stayed at his feet just a little bit long enough to slow him down enough. Still gets down inside the 5. Third and goal.
Third down and goal from the 4-yard line for Collinsville. 7:40 left to play here in this third quarter. 15-8 in favor of the Kahawks. Kahawks looking to go 5-0. Two wide receivers over here on the near side. Mosby is the one on the near side sideline. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson gets back.
Ball's
there's
loose.
a fumble, and it's in the end zone, and it's picked up by Mattoon. Fumble, and Mattoon's going to get the ball on their own 20-yard line. So another shake your head kind of moment here for Collinsville. That followed a illegal block in the back that negated a touchdown by Jerry Richardson on the kickoff and on the punt rather, and Now we march down the field and fumble the ball on the 4-yard line.
Second possession inside the 5, and Collinsville has 2 possessions inside the 5 for no points.
Yeah. So we'll see if the Green Wave want to take advantage of some Collinsville adversity here. They have 2 wide receivers over here on the near side, split backs on either side of Spurgeon. And Spurgeon back to pass, throws the ball into the receiver's hands just as that receiver was falling backwards. And that was a completed pass to Matthew Gordon. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
Really haven't seen much problem turning over the ball, really, except for the first game of the year.
There's, I don't know what that was. Was that a designed quarterback keeper to get the first down? I guess it was, and it worked. Spurgeon kept the ball and got 3 when he needed 2. So the chains will move. And 1st and 10 for Mattoon on their own 32-yard line. .640 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Now Spurgeon will go under center. I formation behind him.
Back to this formation.
And a loose ball, and I think Spurgeon jumped back on top of it just in time and got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was close to being a turnover. I think he lost a yard, actually.
He was
lost it 2.
Tried to fake the handoff to the up back, and
I think the up back knocked it out, huh?
Yeah, the up back ended up knocking it out of his hands and right back into Spurgeon's hands for the fumble.
2nd down and 12 now for Mattoon. Ball sits now on their own 30 after a loss of 2. Klein and Grace on either side of the quarterback's shoulders. That is Spurgeon. He takes the snap. He hands the ball off, and skirting around the left side, there is absolutely no room there. And a nice tackle by Brian Solinsky as he was trailing the whole time. The guy who got the ball, and again, I think that was Klein, Gavin Klein with that run, and Klein loses 2 more. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 14.
So we need a good defensive stand here after the turnover. Get this ball back.
3rd down and long for Mattoon. Here's the snap. Spurgeon rolls out to his right, looking to pass. Has a man open, and that man catches the ball just short of where he needed to get the first down. He's going to be about a yard short, maybe a half a yard short. That's going to bring up 4th down and short.
Where he caught the ball, he might have had the first down, but then he backtracked some, and
Friendly spot.
then I think it should have been about another yard back. Good spot by Mattoon, and they're going to go for this on 4th down.
I'm sure Spurgeon's going to keep it. He does, and he gets spun around, and he ends up gaining about 5 yards on the play.
It's not a friendly spot for the Cahoks, and then Mattoon's line just allows Spurgeon to plow through there. It's about 7 yards after all that.
Yeah. So the chains move. Ball sits on the Mattoon 49-yard line, threatening to get into Kahok territory. Split backs again for Spurgeon. He's in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on the near side. He's going to go back to pass. He rolls. He looks. He throws down the middle, and he got a man open. That's White, and White is going to go all the way into the end zone. That's a 51-yard touchdown, and Mattoon 1 point away from making this a tied contest.
And came so close to getting off the field. Give Mattoon the 4th down conversion, and then that play across the middle. Great job by the back to break a bunch of tackles there off of the same man and carry him for the last 10 yards here. Now we got to watch this
Yeah, 2-point conversion.
here.
Yep, sure do. Because I don't think they have a kicker. At least they didn't show that they did earlier.
Well, they sort of lined this guy up like a kicker, but then
Well, now they're going to try it.
they bring
We
it.
think maybe, no, they're not going to. Here is Spurgeon. High snap. That ball's going to go all the way back, and I don't think that they're going to have a chance at all to get that conversion, and Collinsville will keep the lead at 15-14. Boy, that was I'm telling you what, there's been some strange things going on in this football field tonight.
Yeah, that's just I guess it works for them to get them formations if they kick it out of that or or run a 2-point conversion out of it, but that just seems too complicated for me for a extra point.
So Collinsville dodges a bullet there. Instead of maybe a tied game or a 1-point lead by Mattoon, it ends up being a missed 2-point conversion, and Collinsville leads 15-14, 4:32 left to play in this third quarter. There's all kinds of time left. There's been some strange things happen in this game, hasn't there?
Just a big play there by Mattoon. That's one of the bigger plays for a touchdown Collinsville's defense has given up.
So Collinsville has given up 14 points for the second game in a row, although most of those 14 points last week came against the underclassmen that was brought in after Collinsville had a huge lead, running clock for the whole second half.
Yeah, it was 42-0 at halftime. Charleston got a couple touchdowns second half. But the Kahawks still have the lead here and look to go down and score.
15-14, and a onside kick try that's covered up by Collinsville right at their own 47-yard line on a nice cover-up job there by Connor Corradini. So the Kahawks will have decent field position to start this drive. Let's hope we can hold on to the ball, guys. Hold on to it.
Bad snap and then a fumble.
Let's not forget about the illegal block in the back.
Well, yeah, a lot block in the back on the return.
Yeah, on the punt that would have been another touchdown for Collinsville, but that's where we are right now. 15-14, 1-point lead, trips to the left, and Anderson back to pass. He's pressured. He steps up, and he's not going to get it any farther than that because he got slammed from behind as he was trying to dipsy-doodle his way through the defenders that were coming up at him. And while all that was going on, big number 73, Aiden Donald, came in from behind and got Anderson, and a loss of a yard on a play could have been a lot worse.
Busted play there. At least you get something out of it. Well, you only lost a yard.
So second down and 11, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson. He got caught in the backfield, turns it up the other way, tries to come over to this side now, got positive yardage, and he's got a first down. A spin move will put him deeper into Mattoon territory, and now we have a flag on the play, and that might be coming back. The way that Colby Anderson and company are reacting, that might be coming back.
Colby Anderson's initial block was clean.
What does that mean? I've never seen that hand signal in my life. Man, I'm telling you what. There are things going on in this game that just are not right. Is there a full moon? I know we were close. I know it was close to being full the other night. That might be what's going on here. Man. Second down and 11. You pick up a first down, and now it's coming back, and it's going to turn it into a second down and 16. Well, you know what makes good teams? Battling through adversity. And Collinsville is definitely doing that tonight. They hold a 1-point lead. And now they send trips out to the right side of the formation. Anderson takes the snap, rolls, runs, and he gets caught from behind. And again, number 73 in on the tackle, Aiden Donald. 5'11", 175 pounds, but he's playing like a lot bigger of a guy out there than that. So we got back up to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a third down and 10. 2:55 left to play here in this third quarter. It's just a 1-point contest. Collinsville leads 15-14. Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Pinnell lined up in the slot. There's a snap. Anderson back to pass. Throws it down the middle to Swaggart. He's got it. And he gets past one tackler and gets past another and stumbles inside the 10-yard line. And that's a real shame he couldn't get to the end zone because we have had some weird plays inside the 10-yard line
That's what
tonight.
I'm hoping for, just get that in all the way in the end zone. I feel like you're set up nice, first and goal in the 8, but Kellogg's have had some bad luck down here. Swagger was doing everything he can to bust the tackles here.
About a 47-yard catch and run from Swaggart. And Collinsville, first and goal. Ball on the Mattoon 8-yard line. 2:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Split wide receivers on either side. Richardson over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson, and Anderson will keep it. He'll go up the middle, and he'll be met immediately. And he's lucky he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard after he bounced off of the body that stopped him.
Yeah, Shea Carter Alvis met him there right center, and
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage. They'll still mark it down at the 8. Under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 1-point contest. Collinsville leads 15-14. Swaggart over to the far side. Over here on the near side, Mosby. 2 wide receivers set, split backs in the backfield. Here's the pitch. It's going to go to Richardson, and Richardson stumbles and still manages to pick up positive yardage. You'll get the ball down to the 6-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up third and goal here for the Kahawks.
put defensive back Kohler and Norton there in the backfield and try to get Richardson to follow the blocks of them. Small gain.
Third and goal for the Kahawks. Ball sits on about the 6.5-yard line. Down to the final minute to go here in this third quarter. 3 wide receivers come over here on the near side. Trips left. And the snap. Anderson back to pass. He throws, and that ball is almost picked off. It's knocked down. Anderson talking to the referee. Wants some kind of a call, but he's not going to get one this late. And I believe you're going to have to bring Andrew Chai out for a field goal.
They're going to say they're going to keep the offense out here and go for this one.
From the 6-yard line.
I guess.
Chance to take a 4-point lead. But Collinsville wants to get a little bit more. Mosby and McIntyre on the near side. Pinnell and Swaggart on the far. Anderson back to pass. Throws it. It's tipped. And
he caught it.
It's caught after it was tipped by the defender while he was laying on his back. It falls right into the number of Darren Pinnell for a touchdown. How about more weirdness here at Eastern Illinois University? Holy, wow. I can't believe what's going on in this place.
Goes off of Pinnell, off of 2 defenders, and Pinnell's just laying on his back, and he catches it. Laying on his back.
Oh, man. I tell you what, this is some crazy stuff here.
This is like a playoff game.
It is, and there is an extra point try by Chai, and that one is good. So Collinsville will extend their lead in the weirdest fashion that you would ever imagine, and it's now 22-14 in favor of Collinsville. We need to take a break just to collect our thoughts here. We'll be back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University, home of Tony Romo, Sean Payton, Mike Shanahan.
Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, we don't like the 49ers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why don't we kick it
Oh, we're going to kick the ball deep all the way down to the 2-yard line, and the runner comes up, and he's got a little bit of room, and that's closed off. Oh, boy. That was a tackle by Travion Swagger at the ankles, just cut the ankles right off of the receiver on that one. Boy, this has been some strange stuff going on in this game, man. I cannot believe 6-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Pinnell is how it will go down in the books, but it was anything but a regular 6-yard touchdown pass.
Collinsville had to go forward on 4th down, in danger of going 0 for 3 inside the 10-yard line. No points, but they get the touchdown.
22-14. I'm telling you, 22-14 is the lead for Collinsville. Here's Spurgeon in shotgun. He's going to go back to pass. He does so on the near side sideline, and it takes, yeah, let's not have anything extra over there. They could have caught that a late hit, but they were all still up, and the referee, I don't know if he blew his whistle loud enough for him to hear, but, man, I tell you what, Owen Hawkins, he almost busted out of that 3-man tackle and continued to move the ball up forward. 2nd down and 2 now for Mattoon. Ball sits on their own 37-yard line. And now under center is Spurgeon. I formation. He'll hand the ball off to the up man, and the up man will get a 1st down after he rolls over backwards across the rest of the tacklers for Collinsville, and that'll move the chains. And we are down to the final 27 seconds of this 3rd quarter. Clock stopped until they get the chains down, which they do now. And
Mattoon can let this go to quarter if they want.
If they want to, they can.
Have the slight breeze to their back for the 4th quarter, and this looks like what we're going to do.
That is exactly what we are going to do. Down to the final 10 seconds, so the 3rd quarter comes to a close, and we will be back to tell you all about the 4th quarter here in just a moment as we return on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Once again, welcome back to Eastern Illinois University, also the home of Zach Roseman. We mentioned all those other guys, Tony Romo and Garofalo and Sean Payton and Mike Shannon. We forgot to mention Zach Roseman. He goes to school here. He's not a graduate yet, though, so I guess he's going to have to wait to get his number retired.
Jim Edgar, Governor.
All right, fresh 12 minutes put up on the board here. And the 4th quarter is upon us. It is a 1st and 10 for Mattoon from their own 42-yard line. Collinsville leads 22-14. Spurgeon rolls out to his left, looks, throws, has a man open again. Boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of cushion given to these receivers here tonight. And Pinnell finally takes down Darius White. But Darius White has had a pretty good night catching the ball over here on this near side sideline, as Pinnell has given him all kinds of cushion.
Yeah, Kahok's DBs are just playing back, trying to keep the receivers in front of him, not give up the big play. But it was working for Mattoon to get 1st downs.
That they do, and they are now into Kahok territory on the Collinsville 41-yard line. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to the up man, and he just kind of busted right out of the middle there. I don't think anyone saw him until Damian Swaggart brought him down, but not before he made it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Another 1st down for Mattoon. And remember now, Collinsville only leads by 8. I think we've already figured that Mattoon does not have a kicker that can kick extra points, so they go for 2-point conversions all the time, but we'll have to make sure they don't get to the end zone. But there's a handoff, and that one goes to Grace, and Grace gets up to the 20-yard line, pick up a 4 on the play.
That one's up the middle for Mattoon there. They change the looks here. They sometimes go I. Lots of stuff the Kahok's defense has had a hard time sometimes adjusting to.
Clock continues to move. 10:45 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Second down and 6 from the 20-yard line. And the handoff goes to Grace, and Grace is met immediately and brought down on the first hit by Isaiah Norton. And then Darren Pinnell and Damian Swaggart come in to help out. And a gain of about 1 on the play, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
See inside the 20 now. 4 down territory for Mattoon.
Mattoon breaks out of the huddle. Spurgeon. And look at a little confusion there. I don't know. Now he's in shotgun. Looked like he was going to go up under center for a moment. Here's a snap. And back to pass is Spurgeon, and he throws it behind his intended receiver. That's an incomplete pass. That stops the clock with 9:56 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Like he was going to go up under center, and they were going to go with that I formation. Then they went with the shotgun with the T, and just ended up being a rushed pass. I don't think Mattoon knew what they were doing there. So this is 4th down. Big play for the Kahawks.
It sure is. Big time for the defense, who's played stellar all year long. And now a timeout by Mattoon. And that'll be their first timeout here in the second half. Collinsville used one earlier as well, so each team now with 2 timeouts left. What's going on with that Cardinal game, you ask? I don't know.
9-4.
9-4. What inning are we in? Got to be getting late.
Bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of, man, really, that's it?
Oh.
Seemed like it was the 4th inning of the last time I asked you.
That's good. That's stay on
That's
the
why
air.
we can't have nice things. Hot spot just bit the dust. But we're still on the air, so we're good.
Clay says so we need to get that touchdown as a clip and get that out to the news or something.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. It'll be a SportsCenter highlight top 10 play. Man, oh man, that was craziness.
We'll have to figure out
in a game full of craziness.
We'll have to figure out how to do that for him.
All we need is the double hook and ladder.
Oh man, Statue of Liberty play, something like that. I don't know. We need. We just need to come out of here with a win. That's what we need. 9:56 left to go. Here in this fourth quarter, 4th down, 4 to go. And the pitch back to Grace, and Grace gets met by Pinnell, and he's going to be short. Collinsville is going to get that. Don't you dare. He moved up an extra. Now he's moving back. Man, oh, man. I thought he was – I'm like, he's down on the 10-yard line, and the referee was over here moving to his left to put it down on the 9. I'm like, don't you dare.
Yeah, he's definitely short.
Man.
Referee's getting Todd sweaty here. And
man, you ain't kidding.
Good stop by the Kahawks.
Yes, it is.
That
pitch
has been effective for Mattoon, but they just don't get enough there. So this is the tough game. This is the game you come out here on the road 2 hours away from home.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is like a playoff game. This is a great test for these Kahawks.
3 wide receivers go up over on the far side. Pinnell is in the slot. Travion Swaggart over here as the only guy on the near side, but the handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson cuts around the left-hand side, bowls over a tackler, and gets close to a 1st down. Got 9 on the play. He just bowled over Slater Trier, and Trier weighs 125 pounds, so that took a little bit. Now we have a Mattoon player down injured. Looks like a leg cramp maybe.
Our trainer comes out because he's the closest one to check on him, but
yeah.
Mattoon's come over here and check him. Hopefully just a leg cramp.
9:32 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 22-14 in favor of Collinsville. Mattoon, they scored first. 12-yard touchdown, 8:42 of the second. after Collinsville had a missed field goal in the first, so Mattoon struck first, hit the 2-point conversion, took an 8-0 lead. Collinsville answered with a 66-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Richardson, and then Trevion Swaggart catches the ball in the end zone on a weird play. That gave them the 2-point conversion, and we were tied. Collinsville then comes back at a 37-yard touchdown catch by Swaggart with 10:54 left to play in quarter number 3. Kahawks take the lead, and Mattoon cut that down on a 49-yard touchdown catch before Collinsville gets one of the weirdest touchdown catches you'll ever see, as Darren Pinnell was laying in the end zone when the ball was tipped, and he just kind of, I wonder what that looked like for him. It was like slow motion, and here comes a football down from the heavens, and he just catches it right in his number. Lands right on his number. All right, back to action. 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. Richardson stands over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. There's the snap. Anderson hands the ball off to Richardson. He's got the first down and a little bit more. Gets across the 30, the 35. Has a tackler right on his back, and he carried the tackler up with him a few more yards, and he gets all the way up to the 47-yard line. Big gain there by Richardson, and that'll move the chains. And Collinsville has another first down as we approach 9 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Kahawks were taking all the time off the clock there, too, before snapping it. Still trying to work some clock, but they definitely want to get down here and get another score.
Yeah, I'd like to have a little bit more than just the 8 points, because that's just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from being tied. So even if we just get 3 out of this drive, I'd be happy with it. Trip wide receivers on the right-hand side. Anderson keeps it, follows a blocker, has some room, gets about 5 yards. And now it looked like we had some punching going on over there for a moment. Maybe I missaw that, but no flags came in. Looked like somebody was swinging on Mosby over there.
Mosby got pushed down or something. Maybe he just backed into the players that were at the bottom of the tackle and slipped down. Don't want any penalties unless they're on Mattoon.
Yeah, we had a few against us earlier that were just backbreakers, but we got out of it, and it didn't hurt us as bad as we thought it was going to. Mosby lines up as the only wide out on the far side. 3 wide receivers over here on this side, Swaggart and Pinnell, but the handoff is going to go to Richardson, and Richardson fights and claws his way up to the 45-yard line. He's going to be a couple of yards short of what he needed to get for the first down, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Right there on the S of the Panthers of about the 45-yard line. Working some clock here the best we can, but this goes under 8 now.
7:45 left to go. Play clock at 12, so Anderson has the play clock right in front of him. He can see it. And now Pinnell goes into motion. Here's the snap. Handoff goes again to Richardson, and he's got all kinds of room, and he's gone. Richardson is going to be gone. 45-yard touchdown. Collinsville extends the lead. Oh, boy, that was huge.
Got a huge block by Kevin Mays on that right side, and once he got there, he was gone, and we got a late flag at the goal line well after the play.
Could be.
Celebration on the Kahawks, or maybe something was said by Mattoon. This will probably be added onto the kickoff either way. Touchdown counts.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct against Collinsville. So, yeah, I'm guessing it was a little, taunting or trash talking or whatever. Excessive celebration. I don't know. Well, they're going to back him up here on this play, and they're going to make Andrew Chai kick an extra point from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, it's actually a smart idea there to take it, leave this at 14.
Well, by the time we set it down, it's going to be a 35-yard extra point.
35-yard extra point, like in the NFL.
Chai missed a field goal earlier from 26 yards.
I'd be tempted here to maybe go for 2.
There is no wind to speak of right now. The American flag is just laying down on the pole. All right, Pinnell's ready to hold. Here's the snap, ball down, kick is on the way, and that one looks like it's going to go wide too. Wide to the left again, and it is 28-14 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks after the missed extra point, but I feel a little better about things now that we know Mattoon will have to score twice if they would like to pull out a victory here tonight in this one. So we'll take a break and we'll come back and tell you about the ensuing kickoff, and we will do that in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
Once again, we welcome you back to Eastern Illinois University. My name's Todd Duke. Chris Kettler's on the other microphone. Zach Roseman behind the camera for us tonight. And we appreciate him coming up into the booth and helping us out. Figured he goes to school here, he might as well come up and have some fun. Here's the kickoff by Chai, and once again, it's one of those little bloop kicks, and it's caught, ooh, man, at the 45-yard line, and luckily that wasn't a flag. Edwards caught the ball at the 45-yard line, and we keep on giving the Green Wave excellent starting field position. I wish we would stop doing that.
Well, when we kicked it deep, they ended up running it back up anyway. So, these are some, they can fair catch it there. And if they would have and he hit him, that would have been a tack on there. So
28-14, Collinsville leads late in the fourth quarter, 7:29 left to play. Mattoon, they have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Spurgeon in shotgun. He has Grace as his lone setback over his left shoulder. 3 wide receivers to this side. Just getting out of that one was Spurgeon. He'll roll. He'll pick up some yardage, and he'll run into his own bench and pick up 8 yards on the play.
Wonderful effort by Thomas Hills.
Thomas Hills chased him down. Bagwell almost had the wrap-up for what would have been a sack.
7:21 left to play here in this fourth. Mattoon into Collinsville territory already on the first play from scrimmage for that drive. Ball at the Kahok 47-yard line. This time, 3 wide receivers over on the far side, 1 on the near. And Grace now stands over the right-hand shoulder of Spurgeon. In shotgun, there's a snap. Handoff goes to Grace. He is immediately wrapped up in the backfield for enough time that Swaggart and Pinnell both come in and finish up that tackle. And number 60, big number 60 there for Collinsville, Thomas Kohler, reached his hand out and got a hold of an ankle, and that slowed Grace down just enough for a little bit of help to arrive.
Done a great job tonight on that defensive line, and we also saw him try to block once out there on offense for Richardson. This is 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1. And Spurgeon, he's going to keep it again, and that's the, 3rd or 4th time he's picked up a first down with a quarterback keeper?
Just wasn't in a hurry there. Let the defensive line get the push and fouled him in behind. Only needs the 1, and they get about 6.
So another fresh set of downs here for Mattoon. Ball on Collinsville's 40-yard line, 6:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville leads 28-14.
Yeah, Mattoon, not much of a hurry here with the clock ticking and needing 2 scores.
That's kind of surprising if you ask me. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Trips to the right again. Spurgeon, he'll roll out that way. He's going to look, and he's going to launch, and he's got a man wide open. Wide open was Slater Trier, and that was a pretty easy 40-yard touchdown catch.
Another one where Collinsville gets beat deep. It's the only ones that really hadn't connected or ones where Spurgeon overthrew his guy. That's been some dangerous times for Collinsville here, and Mattoon wasn't in a hurry. They guess they didn't need to be. They stayed within themselves, and they get the score. Now we got this wacky conversion coming up.
Mattoon going for 2. This time not such a wacky lineup, a regular-looking lineup out there. And Spurgeon in shotgun. He takes a high snap. He looks, he rolls, he throws, and it's in the back of the end zone. And it's a 2-point conversion catch by Darius White. And just like that, Mattoon only 6 points down. 28-22 in favor of Collinsville. We have 6 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. And we are going to take a break and come back and tell you about the ensuing kickoff to the Kahawks. So we'll do that next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back here at Eastern Illinois University, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman along with you. It's a 6-point contest now, 28-22 in favor of Collinsville. And Collinsville, they don't have any return guys back because they've been kicking it short too. So we have Jerry Richardson standing on his own 25. And they're going to kick it away from Richardson. And we're going to let that ball roll. And actually, Richardson's going to pick it up at the 5. He brings it across the 10, splits a couple of defenders, gets it up across the 20, 30, 40, flag on the play, and 50. And he's going to go all the way down the sideline, and it's going to be a touchdown if it stands.
The flag is away from the play. Now a hat.
Now a
out
hat.
there.
Now another flag.
The flag
comes from the Collinsville
side.
sideline. And what in the world is going on in this game? Man, oh man.
I said before, this is like a playoff game. This is a crazy game.
This is some kind of resemblance of some high school football follies. Man, there has been weirdness galore out here. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Collinsville. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Collinsville twice. Oh, boy.
So another touchdown called back. Second one, Richardson taken to the house that isn't going to count. Or does the score count?
I don't think it does.
Seemed like the coaches were arguing after the play, and then this other one was away from the play.
Well, the one on the Collinsville sideline happened well after the play, but this flag over here near us, that was thrown in midair while he was still on the run. Okay, so one unsportsmanlike conduct and one personal foul.
I was just hoping the score would count.
So, are we going to re-kick, or are we going to penalize from the spot of the foul? Looks like they're going to mark it off from the 42-yard line. Are they going to mark off 30 yards, or can they only take one?
I think you can do 15, and then it's going to have to be half the distance, so it's going to be bring around the 12 or 13-yard line. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Set it down at the
right.
21.
There's the first one. No, they stopped at 26.
Now they're going to do the second one.
Now it's half the distance, which is going to bring it to the 13. So Collinsville, one taken off the board again.
So, instead of having 35 points, we have a 1st and 10 from our own 13. 5:57 left to play here in this fourth quarter, in just one of the more bizarre high school football games I've ever seen, and I've been covering high school football for well over 20 years. This is a strange game. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. He goes up the middle and doesn't get very far. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, maybe a half a yard. And they're going to give him no yards. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Collinsville kind of caught here. You want to maybe work some clock, but don't want to give the ball back to him just up the 1 score.
Trip wide receivers on the right side of the formation. Richardson stands on the left-hand side of Colby Anderson. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Richardson, and Richardson's going to get about as far as he did last time. All of a sudden, the Green Wave, they have come to life here.
First 2 plays of this possession. Nothing else. We're eating some clock here, but 3rd and 10, we're going to have to air it out here and get this first down.
You know, and having 2 touchdowns taken away from you will make the shoulder sag if you're the team that has that happen to them.
Yeah, on the runs and the 2 possessions there, they didn't get the scores.
Trips left this time. Anderson in shotgun, goes back to pass, throws down the middle, has Pinnell. He has a first down, and he gets taken down at the 32-yard line. So Collinsville survives. They'll move the chains and have a fresh set of downs.
There you go. Get the ball out of your own goalpost there. Move on from the score called back and keep this clock moving, if nothing else.
Tell you what, it's a good thing I went out and got that charger. That laptop would not have made it through this game.
Yeah, you folks are lucky. Todd had to go out and get a laptop charger because
I left my charger at school plugged into the power strip under my desk, and I had 80% power left on my laptop when we got here. And oh boy, that was almost a fumble. Richardson and Anderson almost had a bad exchange on that handoff, but they stayed with it and gain of about 3 on the play. Yeah, so that's why I always show up about 2 hours early to football games, just in case things go wrong. And I had enough time to run down to Walmart and get a charger, and we're all good. That was one crisis averted, but I can't help any of the crisis going on the football field. That is out of my control. We're down to 3:35 left to play here in this 4th. 28-22, Collinsville with the lead. 2nd down and 7, ball on their own 36. Anderson in shotgun once again. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson tries the left-hand side. He gets past one tackler, tries to get rid of another one, and then while he was doing that, another tackler comes in and takes care of business, and that's a gain of maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 to go for a first.
Worked before following Mesa around to get that touchdown there, but lost his block a little bit there going up the field.
And the tackle must have been out of bounds because
Yeah,
the clock
unfortunately
stopped.
got out of bounds.
3:21 left.
So I need another 3rd down conversion.
28-22. Just a 6-point contest here. Mosby and McIntyre on the far side. Pinnell and Swaggart on the near side. Here's the snap and the fake. Pump fake, going to go to Richardson on the handoff, and Richardson's going to get buried back at the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Kahawks with 3:11 left, and Mattoon will use another one of their timeouts. They now have 1 timeout left. And the way they've been moving the ball is a little bit worrisome.
Collins is going to have to punt here.
Yes, they are.
There's no doubt it's inside the 30. You gotta try to kick this one deep and get one last stop from your defense. That's all you need.
Yeah, McIntyre has been handling the punts here tonight, and I'm pretty sure he's going to handle this one as well, as Colby Anderson heads over to the bench and heads over toward the water coolers.
Yeah, McIntyre.
Yeah, there's McIntyre.
Ryan McIntyre comes out.
And we have 2 deep men this time on the punt for the Green Wave. And they stand back at their own 40. Need to angle it toward the sideline.
Yeah, you want this angle toward the sideline and over their heads.
Yeah, that'd be nice too. Here's a snap. McIntyre kicks it. Oh, boy. Straight up in the air, and it takes a roll, and Mattoon. Oh,
Mattoon runs up and gets it, and Collins may have recovered this. Oh, they didn't.
Man, oh, man. Mattoon's going to get the ball in just excellent field position. They're going to have it at the Collinsville 36, 37-yard line.
Disastrous punt for Collinsville. Then Mattoon comes running in there and picks the ball up and about fumbles it away.
I was getting ready to say right before I saw Colby Anderson head out of the huddle and toward the sideline that maybe they should let Anderson take this punt, because he's done a pretty good job of punting so far this year, but they decided to go with McIntyre, and here's where we stand right now. 3:03 left to play in this fourth quarter. 28-22, Collinsville with the 6-point lead. Mattoon trying to tie it up, and then once again they'll have to go for a 2-point conversion to try to take the lead. Here is Spurgeon in shotgun. Takes the snap, looks and throws. That's a fumble, and Collinsville is going to pick it up, and Collinsville is going to maybe take this ball away. It might have come out again as they pile the bodies off. We'll have to wait for the call, and it is Collinsville ball. Big turnover there, and Thomas Hills comes up with the loose rock.
But it was set up by Ethan Bagwell coming around the side here. The ball was knocked away out of Spurgeon's hand by Ethan Bagwell, blindsiding him. Hills tried to pick it up and run with it, but it still worked out for Collinsville to recover the ball now.
Yeah, I was good. Man, at that particular moment, just fall on it and don't try to get up and run. Just fall.
Yeah, that's all you need. We'll work the clock here. Mattoon just has one timeout, so probably just one first down here can put this away.
Man, oh man. Clock stop with 2:53 left. 1st and 10 for Collinsville on their opponent's 49-yard line. Here is a offside call. We'll get 5 of those. That'll put us into Mattoon territory.
It's happened a couple times to Mattoon during this game. That one referee comes over and says something to Anderson. But nothing comes of that. We continue on.
Okay.
2:53 to go in this one.
Swaggart and Pinnell line up over here. 2 more on the far side as far as wide receivers go, but I would imagine you're going to see a steady diet of Jerry Richardson runs, and he does just that. Spins at the 40, falls forward. That is a first down for the Kahawks, and they'll move the chains, and the clock will continue to run after they move the chains.
Mattoon player down there in the logo.
Yep. And they get all kinds of help out coming from the Mattoon sideline. 4 of them are out there, plus the Collinsville athletic trainer comes out as well. Not sure who it is or what happened, but we have a injury timeout on the field. What's going on with the Cardinal game?
Oh, we can always look that up.
2:47 left on the clock, by the way.
2:47 to Jeremy.
11-4
7th.
Man, Cardinals are piling on some runs in this second game of a doubleheader. Looking like they're well on their way to winning their 14th game in a row.
I don't know if they got the audio on there. Better answer his message.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. This has been a weird game. Let's take a look ahead. We'll remind you what we have coming up next week. We'll be doing some girls volleyball as Columbia will be in town at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on Monday, and I believe that is a half-hour later start than usual, so usually 6 o'clock for varsity. This time it would be about 6:30. And then we are on the road Tuesday, going to Granite City for a little soccer action as your boys Kahok soccer team takes on the Warriors, former Southwestern Conference foes there on the soccer field. Always a fun soccer game when you go to Granite City. And speaking of Granite City, that's our next football contest. That'll be 1 week from tonight at Collinsville High School. It's the Pink Out game, and that's scheduled for a 7 o'clock start, and we'll be on the air around 6:40 with the pregame show. So that's what we have coming up for you next week on the Kahok Sports Network. So the injured player for Mattoon comes off the field under his own power, and that is Aiden Donald. We talked about him earlier. He made a couple of nice plays. And Collinsville will get back to work here. 1st and 10 from Mattoon's 39-yard line. 2:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Wish we had the college rule where it would have been a 40-second clock coming off of the defensive timeout. It's only 25 all the time. Collins will take off here before they have to snap it.
And there's a snap, and it's going to be a keeper by Colby Anderson, and he runs forward after he almost ran into his blocker, Aaron Phillips. And that's a load to run into, man. You run into a 326-pound guard, and that'll stop you in your tracks. But a nice pickup by Anderson of 7 yards. It's a 2nd down and 3 for Collinsville. 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter.
Yep, first down will definitely put this on wraps. If the Collinsville can't convert the first down, Mattoon's just going to have mere seconds left.
Mattoon can stop the clock one more time. They have
still
one timeout left.
Too, yeah.
As Anderson stands
this.
in shotgun, here's the handoff, goes to Richardson, and Richardson tries the left-hand side, doesn't have much success, maybe got a yard, but the clock continues to run is the most important thing.
But Mattoon uses that timeout.
They did. They used their final timeout. That stops the clock with 1:37 left to play here in this fourth. So the Green Wave are out of timeouts. Collinsville still has 2 more, but they'll bank those. And we'll see if Collinsville can pick up a first down here. That would definitely end the game, and all you have to do is kneel down. As Collinsville faces a 3rd down and 3 from the Green Wave 32-yard line.
Well, you're going to try twice here for this first down. You're going to have to snap the... If you keep it on the ground here and don't get the first down, you're looking at a snap around... 55 seconds or so.
Excuse me.
On 4th down.
3 wide receivers over here on the right side, 1 on the left. Anderson in shotgun, and he's either going to keep it or hand it off, and he's going to keep it. He tries around the left side. He's got room. He's got the first down, and he is going to be, down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, but you can just kneel this out now. You're almost better off not scoring now.
I know.
As wacky as this game's been.
I know. And I was thinking the same thing.
That's going to do it here.
I never want to tell a kid not to score, though.
Yeah, you're going to be happy with the score. We could have a big highlight out for a touchdown, but Collinsville can kneel this one out here and
It'll
go
be
home with a win.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line. The chains have moved, so the clock starts. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. And they've got 10 seconds left on the play clock, so they'll take their time. And they'll move up into the victory formation, not worried about scoring. There's a snap, take a knee.
Just have to do that one more time.
One more time, and the Kahawks will go to 5-0, and they'll have a chance to wrap up their first playoff berth since 2010 next week with a win over Granite City at home. How about that?
Battled a lot of adversity, a lot of wacky stuff here today. Come out here on the road 2 hours away. This is a big win for the Kahawks. Really proud of them here tonight.
Kahawks looking to make the playoffs for just the 4th time in program history and the first time since 2010. There's the final kneel down. Not enough time on the clock, and Collinsville is going to walk out of here with a 28-22 win. We will bring you in now to post-game coverage brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok chicken sandwich. Cafe Agape since 2012, offering catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Cafe Agape, give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning.
Okay.
Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction.
You, buddy.
Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks,
antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves, like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. I want to do that on the way home. I don't know. Yeah. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape post-game show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight 28-22, but it was not easy. Offensive coordinator Drew Cordes is joining us now. Coach, I don't know about you, man, but that was one of the craziest, weird games I have ever been a part of.
Yes, it was. If we have any hair left from not pulling it out, I don't know. It was one of those where, I mean, I'm 23 years old, and I feel like I'm about 40 after this game.
Man, you ain't kidding. And, you had to fight a lot of things out there. Your own adversity for one thing. Mattoon played a pretty good game for another thing. You got to fight the referees for another thing because they had some weird calls out there tonight as well. It was just a weird night.
It was a weird night.
And you got to give credit to Mattoon, man. They came out to fight. They fought you guys hard.
They fought hard. It was their senior night. It was their homecoming. They were really jazzed up for this game. They wanted us. We wanted them. We were coming ready to play. We were kind of given things that we shouldn't have been given. They were making big plays on mistakes that we were having. They capitalized. We were struggling to capitalize. A lot of adversity in this game, but when you're a winner, you find ways to win.
That is true, and that adversity will help build a little bit more, hopefully, of that winning tradition as you go down the stretch here. But, man, I'm telling you what, shoulders deflating when you get two big touchdowns called back because of penalties.
All I'm going to say is they were really great returns.
They were.
They were really great returns. Jerry
Richardson,
I mean, that was good special teams play.
It was, man. Man, there's just so many things that we could talk about, but a lot of them are negative, so I don't want to go into the negativity so much. But Jerry Richardson has another good game. Colby Anderson has another good game. Damian Swaggart on defense, man, he made some key tackles that would have been big gains for Mattoon, and if it's not for that, I'm telling you, this game would have been a lot different score-wise.
Yeah, number 10 came ready to play, and he said, just like his brother, he's the same kind of guy. He said, call me D-Swag after this game I'm about to have. So I went over there. Like, D-Swag had a game today. It's a pretty good feeling when you're coming up and you got fans that are wearing Eastern Illinois stuff just here as fans, and they're saying, man, that number 10 is a stud. He's in on every play. I'm like, yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah. I mean, Swaggart is exactly that. All right, man, so answer a question for me. Why on the kickoffs after we score a touchdown are we just booting that ball 10 yards down the field?
We trust our guys to make plays like we did last week against Charleston. We kind of play it easy because we trust our defense. If we give them 35 yards advantage, then we feel comfortable still. But we trust Trey, we trust Darren, all those guys with speed to go down there and get kicked off. I mean, we've got at least one already, and we've come close on 2 or 3, so it's going to keep coming.
All right, win number 5, man. It does not clinch a playoff spot. Sometimes you make it in with 5, sometimes you don't, but The ball's in your court, man. All you got to do is win next week against Granite City. You guys are in the playoffs for the first time since 2010.
And that's what we got to keep our focus on. Ball is in our court. 5-0 is great, but 5-4 may not be good. We need to continue 6-0, 7-0, and we need to just keep moving forward. That's our goal.
All right, man. Thanks for the visit.
All
We'll
right.
see you next week versus Granite City.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator there for your Collinsville Kahawks, as the Kahawks win this one here tonight. It's a close one. 28-22 is the final score. And as we mentioned, we'll be back next week at home as Granite City comes to town for the Pink Out game. And a win over Granite City would secure a Collinsville playoff berth, only the fourth one in program history, and it would be the first one in 11 years. And we'll be there to tell you all about it next week. That is going to do it for us. We're going to wrap things up. We got a 2-hour drive back home. Big thank you to Drew Cordes for joining us on the postgame show. Another big thank you to Coach Rhodes joining us on the pregame show. Hats off to Zach Roseman for coming up here and running the camera for us. And big thank you to Chris Kettler on the other microphone. My name is Todd Duke. We'll be back with you Monday for some girls volleyball. And until then, everyone have a fantastic weekend.